The purpose is to end it. Friendships are fermenting, molding into who you are. You are not the 5-year-old playing with her anymore. You are not the 12-year-old confessing to the tall boy anymore. You are not the 16-year-old hating yourself. You are not you when you're with them. But they are good company. They are nice to please, nice to think of, nice to have in theory, nice to love. They are yours. Your memories, your experiences, your everything that makes you, you. Just because it's the end doesn't mean it's bad. Life changes them and you find the good in what you had. Remember the bad to change what could have been. Friendships are fermenting, molding into who you are, and no matter who you become, they will remember the 5-year-old, the 12-year-old, and the 16-year-old. They'll remember who you were and who you are to become. You are their memory, their friend who has made them them. It doesn't last forever, and it shouldn't, and it can't. But you can resonate as they did with you. Your friendship will be framed in photographs, in letters, in laughters. We're not friends anymore, but we were, and I'm glad you were the one to make me, me. There is a girl who lives off of love. She loves it, she breathes it, she creates it. It was present when her parents tucked her to bed. It was present when her brother left for college. It was present when he broke her heart. Love to her was the reason for living. To wake up in the middle of the night knowing she was loved kept her resting peacefully. You could taste her lips with reminders of adoration and pinches of sincerity, but they were broken, chapped, and cut, open to whatever it brings. This girl has sewn her heart onto her sleeve over and over and over again. They tear it out with scissors, taking it from her, stitching it to their emptied holes. She lets them take it, because maybe that means they'll return it. But they never do. So she'll keep living a loving life of learning to break her heart into pieces, because the thought alone of being loved is what keeps her tender, but what also keeps her naive. Love is on a pedestal she thinks is unobtainable. She'd worship it for eternity, even if it meant nothing was reciprocated. But love hates her. It pities her existence. It sees her yearning and abuses it, abuses her and her love. It took her heart out, and she'll think it's in good hands, so this girl will wait until she feels love. Oh, but if you find yourself falling in love with this girl, give her your heart, for she doesn't remember the feeling of it anymore. A list of how I feel about music. 1. The first time I heard you sing, I almost fell through the ground. I wanted to tear the earth open so that Hades could even hear you. 2. When I played the ukulele for the first time, I knew we'd be best friends. 3. I've closed my eyes so many times at concerts, not because I hated their stage. I wanted to feel my veins pulsing and beat to the vibrations on the floor as they tore their lungs apart right before me. 4. I never feel like I'm worthy enough to love music, but she allows me to appreciate her. 5. When you play, I can feel you, from your sorrow to your hopes. 6. It hurts so much to sing, to play, and to memorize, but it's worth it when you smile at the sound of my music. 7. I can't understand the language they're singing, but I can understand their intentions. They're speaking universally. 8. It makes me dance. I know when we dance, there are no cares in the world. 9. I've cried about 37 times to this song. I think it's because I hear your soft voice in it. 10. I want to give music what it's given me, but I don't know if I'll ever succeed in that. 11. I feel headphones are more intimate than speakers. That way I can imagine the singer breathing right next to my ears. 12. A pause in conversation is important, just how a rest is important in music. 13. I hope you listen to certain songs and are reminded of me. 14. I know I listen to certain songs. I don't let them remind me of you. 15. When you took a shower at my house, I finally heard your voice, and even though I heard the cracks and the flats, I wanted to record it for the whole world to hear. 16. Belting until your stomach flips over and dies can either be the best feeling or the worst. 17. I always understood losing yourself in music, but I don't know if I ever found myself in the end. 18. I know it's silly, but trumpets really do sound sexy to me. 19. Pianos make my bones ache. I am reminded of my father bringing me to lessons every week. 20. I never told you, but I only learned guitar because I wanted to see you sing. If only you knew I completely gave up on guitar a week before you asked. 21. I've written too many verses and choruses that'll never see the surface of the earth. 22. I hear symphonies when I look at you. 23. The fact that you associate me with the one thing I love most ruins my heart in the best way possible. 24. When you rapped All of Mercy by Kanye West, I swear I never saw you happier, and I loved it so much. 25. I'm sorry those songs remind you of fighting. 26. I wish I could see Joe Hisashi perform One Summer's Day live. I would definitely cry. 27. My brother was in a band, and I was so jealous he got to give back to music. 28. I hope I've made music happy. On, off, on, off, on, off, on, off. It's the better reality. Welcome to the world of electronics, from consuming the idea of being out of the world and being into a dream, pressing and starting a new environment for yourself. I found me in them. I could be confident for once. I could be a hero. I could be humorous and charm you right off your seats. I could be everything and anything I wanted. Everything but me. That was the dream worth living and experiencing. It was an alter ego, a me I wanted to become. So I thought I could involve myself in codes of numbers to become the ultimate me. Technology raised me. Computer was the first word I spelled when I was only 3. I knew how to create emails before my parents found out I had 6 of them. I spent 20 hours on a computer once. I'm pretty sure I almost died, but I thought it was well worth it. Because with the internet and gaming, I felt unstoppable, indescribable. On, off, on, off, on. For a few years of my life, I got too attached. Reality weared me out, and I only found comfort in technology, but I've escaped since then. Off. You scare me. Every single one of you. From the expressions you make on your face, to the sound of your voice changing, my body instantly blacks itself out as I have to force myself awake to continue the conversation. I hate hanging out. There's nothing more terrifying in the world than that. But don't get me wrong, in theory it sounds absolutely wonderful, something I wish I could do in confidence, without fear. But I'm trying, I really am. I love you all, it's just I'm also so afraid as well. It consumes my steps, closes my lips, even haunts my sleep. It's not trying to hurt me though. Anxiety would never play such a trick. He's just as terrified as me. We stick as a pair. He holds my hand too tight, and I can't help but cry sometimes. But we get along on the nights he's quiet, when he's just pitying himself, when he hates how he makes me feel scared. That's when I like anxiety. He doesn't mean to harm me. If anything, he wants to protect me from everything. I'm anxious almost all of the time, unless I'm alone. But even then, he'll creep up on me. But then I remember the good things. The time you said we were friends, the time you laughed at my jokes, the time you wished me happy birthday, the time you said hi to me in the hall. In those moments, I was calm. But yes, I'm fearful for things that probably aren't true or will never occur, yet I like the company of anxiety. He helps me to be better.